Welcome back to another week of Beyond the Headlines. I'm Dave Rishi, news web editor for blackburnnews.com. This week, my guest is Chris McLeod. A lot of people will know him as the morning host on CKSY 943 on the FM dial. Chris is also responsible for an annual golf tournament that raises money for a few cancer programs in the area, the Nick McLeod Mustache Memorial.
That's correct.
So we know about, the tournament and the money you raise and the programs it helps, but maybe you could just share your story a little bit why you do this.
My brother, Nick, passed away 7 years ago. He passed away September 1st, 2007. He was young. He got leukemia, fought it for a couple of years. He was in great shape. He was a dispatcher for the Waterloo Region Police Department, was training to be a police officer, and in much better shape than I am. Like, the kid just had it all. And he passed away, had leukemia. So obviously that strikes a lot of people hard. At that age, he was 25 when he passed away. And his friends, really, at that age, you're not used to losing friends. It's not the age, I don't think anybody ever gets used to losing friends, but at that age, it's hard to deal with. So he passed away September 1st. The following August, his closest friends wanted to hold a golf tournament, wanted to get people together, was the original idea. So they got together for a golf tournament. They said, let's just have this, go golfing, have a couple drinks, and just have a good time. And that first year, I think we raised, or they did, because it was basically his friends running it, but $170. And it was just a fun day, and not really much thought put into it. Just basically showed up and made some tea times. The second year, I got a little more involved, and my family got a little more involved, and we raised, I think, $1,800 that second year. And then since then, it's really taken off.
Yeah. So why did you get involved? Why didn't you just let it be something that his friends did?
It's a labor of love, really. It was fun to see the guys together again. Because they're young and they're growing up. Now they got kids, they're getting married, and at that age, not many of them had been really that advanced in their personal lives. So seeing them was a lot of fun, and I just found it was a good way to remember and honor my brother and have and get to stay close to his friends too. So I've grown up with them. I don't know if I would have if we weren't organizing this.
Right. I guess one of the questions some people might have is where does the mustache come into play?
Yeah, that's the biggest question. It's hard to talk to sponsors and say, yeah, we're having a mustache memorial. But my brother went to school, went to Fanshawe, and a bunch of his buddies went to Western. They all had a big house together. So they used to have these parties, the mustache parties, and it was just a thing where they would just get together and have a big party. And we thought we needed some kind of hook instead of saying the memorial, which it's kind of depressing, really. Mm-hmm. So we thought, let's have a hook with it, Mustache Memorial, and it kind of grew from there.
Do participants grow mustaches?
Some of them. I do. It usually takes me a good month and a half to get one worked out. But a lot of people do, and it's just one of those things that they remember the party. And my mom always brings a photo of the mustache party, and my brother's got one of the dirtiest mustaches he could ever grow, and it's just one of those things that it's something to hang on to.
And you mentioned, I guess the stigma that comes with calling something a memorial seems like it's more of a depressing or sad thing. I guess, has it helped you deal with your brother's death a little better to do something positive like this?
It has, and for me a lot, and I think mostly for my parents, who he was their baby, and nobody ever wants to bury a child. So my mom knows nothing about golf. Absolutely nothing, self-admittedly, but she loves it. And she comes out every year. She looks forward to it, to seeing all the boys back together and all the girls and everybody that my brother hung out with. She drives around the cart. Her job is to sell tickets, 50-50 indoor prize tickets, but that's secondary. Her exciting part is seeing all the guys again. And I like seeing that. I like seeing the guys together again and hearing about them. They're bringing kids to the golf tournament now, which is... It's crazy to think it's been 7 years, but yeah, it's neat that I can do that for my parents.
And I guess, you mentioned the first year it was $170 raised. Yep. This year, $5,000 raised. Obviously, I think it's fair to say your local celebrity, so to speak, probably has something to do with that. Do you think that other people around the area that have a recognizable name should be doing events like this?
Well, I think it's part of the job. I'm on the radio. That's my job. It's no different than somebody who's an accountant or anything else. But I think with my position, I get people's ears every morning. They get to listen to me. So I think it's my job to promote and better Chatham-Kent. It all comes with the gig. And I think there's a lot of people who are busy and do a lot of hard work around Chatham-Kent, and I think they should be applauded. And I think if you've got a position where you are a recognizable person, I think it's part of the job. If you're part of being a citizen of Chatham-Kent to promote it and make it a better place to live.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Chris.
Thanks, Dave.
And thank you all for watching again. This is Beyond the Headlines. I'm Dave Rishi with blackburnnews.com.